Hello and welcome back everyone, I'm Blue Banana and this is Mass Effect. In the last episode we actually completed our assignment, our mission on nVidia. We had a critical mission success, I would say. We defeated Benezia. She was an ally of Saren, even though she did not really do it on her own terms. But now I think, since you defeated Benezia and she actually died, you know, in the conflict, in the combat, I think we should talk to Liara. I mean, she just lost her mother, so maybe we should just check up on her and try and see how she's holding up.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Alright. That's reassuring. She's holding up rather well, I would say.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
We don't have the luxury of time, and Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did during the Blitz. It was a remarkable display of courage and heroism.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me, or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
Not really, actually, no. Why? No.
The Lieutenant and I are just friends. Nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
These things never make sense. They just happen and we get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
Yeah, you know, danger's my middle name.
I'll keep you safe.
I am not looking for a protector. This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You... I need some time.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
There's nothing more to talk about, Liara. Nothing more.
I should go.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
Shepard.
We should really go. No, you see, I just... the problem is, when I replay old games that I've played for, that I've played a lot, I can't switch things up. I always get stuck in the same decision making. I don't know. It's really hard for me to play the Renegade option because I really don't like it. And to be honest, Liara is amazing. She's amazing. Really is. So yeah, we just declared our love interest. Isn't that nice? I think we should talk to Wrex and Garrus again. Garrus is also a really cool character and I like him a lot. And Wrex might not agree with us letting the Rek'Nai loose, so let's talk to Garrus.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
So what was it?
Both, actually. But it took us a while to figure that out.
No doubt, okay. Nah, we're not going to insult him.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
Okay, that was interesting and good to know.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation, to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatening? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes, walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies, then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
Okay, that is both disturbing and really special case, but weird. Somebody should make a TV show out of this, because that is some really weird thing. You can't, yeah. Come on. A guy growing organs inside of people to sell them, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. I'm really surprised Hollywood didn't come up with this, but hey, maybe they did and I just know about it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
Oh man, and there we go. See, he's a little bit on the ruthless side. You can see that he's just, you know, a little bit biased. Alright.
It's not worth the risk. You pursue the vessel and disable it. That's the best choice.
They sent the military after him, but he got away just the same. Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
Ah, god damn it!
If you don't care about the fate of those hostages, then you're no better than he is. You're just a terrorist with a badge.
Yeah, maybe you're right. It doesn't make it any easier, but I see your point. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salian?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
See, it pays off to talk to your crew. Now we have a new, really interesting side quest. And it is an interesting side quest. I mean, come on, it's a guy that grew organs inside of people to sell them on the black market. That is insane. And I think it's a really interesting kind of insane. Not that I would like a guy who does it, but I'm in a cinematic gameplay kind of sense, it's really interesting. Anyways, let's talk to Wrex.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
Hell yes we do.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
So long, Wrex.
All right.
Shepard.
Interesting. So he actually knew, or actually met Saren once. That's interesting. Now I'm intrigued. I would really like to know what Saren did on this this cargo freighter. I think we're going to talk to Tali if she has something new to say, and I think we will just have another talk to our crew members episode and go to Pharaoh's next, or maybe we go to try and see some side quests. First, maybe we actually talk to Engineer Adams. I think he's also a reoccurring character, I'm not sure.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tali? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tali, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Ah, well, more or less.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Ah, that sounds really depressed.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
True enough. Alright, so,
I should go.
Yep, I should.
See you later.
So we now know a little bit more about the Quarians. We know a little bit more about, well, half of our crew. Or let's just say the ones that matter. Yeah, I'm cruel. Let's actually talk to the Alliance Requisitions Officer.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra
Not right now,
Oops, no
thanks.
problem. Keep checking back.
Yeah,
Looking for supplies?
more or less.
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it. My stuff doesn't come from... Hell, the licenses
Yeah,
alone
yeah.
have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Come on, faster, thank you. Mantis 5. Interesting. Oh, it's a heavy armor, so it doesn't really do anything for us. Scorpion 4. Wait a minute, we have a Scorpion 1 and that was barely any worse. Holy crap. I think that's worth the 17,000. I think I'll buy that. We more than double our shields. We have a little less tank protection, but that doesn't really do it. Yeah, sure, we're going to buy that. That thing's amazing. I don't think that there is anything better than that. I mean, we could take the light armor, but I don't think so. No, we're going with medium, sure. Nothing else really interesting here, so doesn't matter. And we had 78,000, so not that bad. I think we're going to sell most of the first and 8 interface is actually not too bad. I'm going to keep that, but we're going to sell the tier 1 stuff because it's not that great. Yeah, let's sell that. Gladiator 1 sucks. Guardian 1's medium armor, nope, don't need it. Sniper rifle hammer 1 can go. You know, let's sell some armor piercing rounds, don't really need that many. Chemical rounds are always good, so I'm gonna keep them. Health regen, I think, seems to be really valuable, so let's keep it. Hammerhead rounds too. Thought we had more of that. Let's sell maybe 2 hardened weaves. Heatsinks are actually really nice, but I think we can part with one of them. I'm not really into the motorized joints. Phasic rounds I really don't like. Yeah, they're really good against shields, but they have a lower damage output overall. The radioactive rounds are interesting, but I actually like the toxic, the chemical ones a little bit more. Recoil dampener are pretty good, but I think we can also sell one of them. Maybe we sell one shield regenerator. Shock absorber, not really that great. Maybe we use the stimulant pack and give it to Liara. Could be good. Sell 2 pistols. Phoenix 2 is also not that great, but let's keep it for now. Let's sell one Scimitar 2. Banshee is also not that great if I'm not mistaken. Hurricane were actually not too shabby. Now we're going to tier 3. And tier 4. That's alright, I think. Sold some stuff. Anyways, I know this was more of a, let's say, talkative and let's get to know our crew episode again, but I think those are, once again, really important. I mean, the characters are really well written and they have kind of a nice impact to the story, so they're as much a part of this as are the story missions. Anyways, I think next time we're going after Dr. Salian, because that is really intriguing, I would say. The Herschel system in the Kepler Verge. So I'm going to fly there in between episodes, and next time we're going after Dr. Salian. That's the guy that grows organs inside of people and sells them on the black market. Come on, we gotta take him down. Anyways, if you liked what you saw, then please consider pressing the like button. I really hope that I see you next time. Thanks for watching, and as always, auf Wiedersehen.